Good morning. So today we are going to discuss a few axioms and theorems from lines and angles. First thing we'll take on today is linear pair axiom. Now what does it mean by linear pair axiom? So axiom, now 6.1 and 6.2, the naming I've done according to the chapter from which the book which I have taken. So just remember the axiom. So axiom here's first axiom says, if ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. Now let us first clarify what do we mean by adjacent angles. So let us suppose we have two angles formed over here. And there is one angle like this. Over here what do we observe? And then one more angle, let's make it. Now the common thing with what we observe over here in these two angles, they two are very separate angles. They are not related to in any image. Now over here we have first angle formed and the second angle formed. When you observe, one of the line or one of the arms of the angle is common. Over here as well you can observe one of the arms is common. So when in two angles one of the arms is common, they are called as adjacent angles. Now over here, what does it say? When we have a ray standing on a line, now I hope there is no confusion with ray. Ray is a line which keeps on extending on one side, and one side it has an end. Okay, so if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. And the converse of this, or the opposite of this theorem would be, if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, then the non-common arms of the angles form a line. Over here, observe non-common arms, because one arm is common, right? So the non-common arm will make a straight line. Okay, so let us try to understand that with the help of few pictures or few lines. So over here, as you can see, AB is a straight line and we have a ray OC which is standing over here. So what does the first axiom says? That the angle, these two angles formed, let me name it as A and B. So the angle A and B will add up to 180 degrees. So if A is 60 degrees, so 180 minus 60, B will be 120 degrees. That is all the meaning of this particular angle. This particular axiom. Now the second thing what we have, the converse of that. The converse says that if you have, as you can see, 50 degrees and 130 degrees. What is the addition of that? It is 180. Then very clearly PQ will be a straight line. Okay, that is the axiom number 2. Because over here we have PQ, we are not sure if it's a straight line. But there's an adjacent angles because OR is common arm. And then when we add the angles which is made over here, it is making a 180. So axiom 6.2 says if it's a 180 degrees, then PQ must be a straight line. Okay. Now let us move to the next theorem. Next theorem is also called as vertically opposite angle theorem. Over here, what does it say? If you have two straight lines in the picture, which in the figure which you can see, AB and CD are two straight lines. If they are intersecting, then the opposite angles, the vertically opposite angles will be equal. Over here, angle 1 and 3 are vertically opposite angle. Angle 2 and 4 are vertically opposite angle. They will be equal. That is what vertically opposite angle says. Now over here, there is a proof, not exactly a proof, but let us try to verify it. Okay, since AB and CD are two straight lines intersecting at O, now according to linear pair axiom, always remember in mathematics, whenever we try to prove something, right, we try to take help of the theorems or the axioms which we have already studied. Now we have studied linear pair axiom. So we will try to prove vertically opposite angle theorem with the help of linear pair axiom. So we know that over here, as you can see, AB is a straight line. So angle 1 plus 2 will be 180 degrees. At the same time, angle 2 plus 3 will also be 180 degrees. At the same time, 3 and 4 will be 180, 4 and 1 will be making a 180 degree angle. I hope that makes sense. So when that is making 180 degrees, we will try to extend and try to understand how is 1 and 3 becoming equal. Okay. So over here we have, according to the linear pair axiom, angle 1 plus 2 equal to 180, 2 plus 3, 180. So what happens? Angle 2. Angle 2 will be, can I write 180 minus angle 3? Obviously it's an addition, so I'll subtract angle 3 on both sides. So I'll get angle 2 equal to 180 minus angle 3. Now you observe over here, angle 2 is here. Can I substitute over here? Left hand side is angle 2, which is 180 minus angle 3. Can I substitute this value here? Absolutely yes, because they are equal. So substituting equation 3 in equation 1. So angle 1 plus and 180 minus angle 3 is 180. Now normal algebra I do, normal linear equations rather. So angle 1 plus 180 minus angle 3 is 180. Now over here I have 180. I don't want this 180, so I subtract 180 on both sides, and that is all I get. Now angle 3 is in subtraction. I will add angle 3 on both sides. So if you add it on left side sides, it will get cancelled out. So I have only written it on right hand side. So what do we observe here? Angle 1 equal to 3. And what did we expect in the beginning? Angle 1 and 3 should be equal. That is vertically opposite angles. So that is the proof of the theorem what we just discussed. Okay. Similarly, in the exact same manner, you can also prove that angle 2 equal to angle 4. Okay. Now here is one example for us to solve. PQ and RS intersect each other at point O. So if angle POR is to angle ROQ, POR, that is the angle 1 over here, is to ROQ. The ratio is given ROQ, that is ROQ. This particular angle, that is angle 2, is 5:7. Then we have to find all the other angles. Let us try to do that. Now whenever the ratio is given, one way to do it is we assume it as multiplied by x, because whenever we find the ratio, what do? When we find the ratio, we try to eliminate all the common factors. So we assume that the common factor which has been eliminated, that is x, and that is what we multiply to get the actual value of the angle. Because 5:7, that does not mean that angle 1 is 5 and angle 2 is 7. No, that does not mean like that. The meaning is 5 multiplied by a common factor which has been eliminated to find the ratio. Always remember, the ratio is always in the simplest form. If that is not clear, do let me know. I will explain it with an example as well. Now, so angle 1 equal to 5x, we assumed angle 2 equal to 7x. I have already told you this x is nothing but the common factor of the ratio which has been eliminated while making the ratio. Now, as you can see over here, 1 and 2 are making linear pair. So according to linear pair axiom, angle 1 plus 2 is nothing but 180 degree. Angle 1 is 5x, angle 2 is 7x. So 5x plus 7x is 180 degrees. So 5x plus 7x is 12x equal to 180 degrees. 12 is in multiplication with x. So I will divide 12 on both sides. So 12 divided by 12 is 1x. 12x divided by 12 is 1x. And 180 divided by 12 is 15. So x, the value of the common factor, is coming out to be 15. So what will be the angle? 5 times 15, that is the first angle, angle 1, that is 75 degrees. 7 times 15, that is the second angle, which gives you 105 degrees. I hope that is making much more sense. Now similarly, let's take one more question over here for the linear pair. So over here, as you can see, okay. This particular question, what I have given over here, it's a question for you to think before we wind up this video. Now over here, what do we have is it a linear pair? As you can see, angle 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now you have to think in terms, first thing, do we have adjacent angles here? Is angle 1, 2 and 3 adjacent? If they are adjacent, is the baseline, the line which is over here, you can name it any other line, is it a straight line? And if so, you can think if it's a linear pair. Now angle 1 and 3 over here, as you can see over here, I have drawn like this. Is angle 1 and 3 vertically opposite angle? You have to think for it. You can pause the video and think for both the questions. I hope you have thought for both the questions. Let us try to answer. Angle 1, 2 and 3 obviously will add up to 180 degrees. 1 plus 2, not 1 plus 2, angle 1 plus 2. Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 will be equal to 180 degrees. Why? 180 degrees. Why? Because let's suppose that this is AB. So AB is a straight line, and obviously over here angle 1 and 2 is adjacent, angle 2 and 3 is adjacent. So all of them are adjacent to each other, and all of the angles are made on a straight line. That is why it is 180 degrees. We might not say it as a linear pair, because pair means two angles. we might say a collection of adjacent angles on a straight line also is equal to, also adds up to 180 degrees. Now, over to the next question what I have for you. This particular thing over here, as you can see, it is not one vertically opposite angle. What did we study? If two lines intersect. But over here, as you can see, we have three different lines, or we can say two rays and one single line. So that will not form a vertically opposite angle. I hope it is making sense. Angle 1 and 3 are not vertically opposite angles. Why? I will repeat that once again. It is because vertically opposite angles are only formed when two lines intersect each other. But in this case, we have two rays and one line intersecting at a particular point. That does not make a vertically opposite angle, or that does not satisfy the vertically opposite angle theorem. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video.